Yeah, although he's been through some injuries, I think he has a sense of urgency just to put a cap on his career at the college level. He has some production, at his previous stop,
Sure.
but the ability to come to University of Illinois out of his comfort zone in the Big Ten, playing the defensive line position, what a great choice by him. Applaud him for doing that. Just to take on that challenge, stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something totally different, but also playing his best football, and being a very productive force and also being a leader for us.
We've heard Coach B talk about this, but is it fair to say that with guys like Alex Bray and Terrane Warren in the room, Dennis Brody was a major asset just to their development?
Absolutely. Whenever you can get a guy that's played a lot of football, especially the guys that are coming along with in terms of rep counts with Alex Bray and Jeremiah Warren, for those guys to have a older veteran guy to watch and to learn from, it just helps springboard their career as well. Because next year they're the guys. Alex is taking on a leadership role for us, a starting role for us this season, but they'll be the voice of the room moving forward.
With the nose tackle position in particular, you got a list of guys at Illinois who've gone on to have NFL opportunities. So what is it about that maybe you feel like you can unlock maybe some of these next levels for these guys? Like, why has that position been so successful?
Yeah, in our defense, that's specifically a position we depend on to be a spot that's got to be consistent. It's not necessarily the sexy position that's going to make a lot of plays, but T-Ra's done a tremendous job for us and the guys before him. He's been the most productive out of these years, and good for him because he's kind of been patiently waiting behind over the last two seasons, and for him to, in his senior year, to not only be the starter, be the guy, be the leader in the room, but also be as productive as he's been. He's a guy that his teammates trust, and he put in the work in the offseason, and I'm glad to see that it paid off this season.
I'm curious if what you want out of that position has evolved in your guys' time here. Like, you think of Calvin as or maybe a space heater, but T-Rod's getting pressure, and I know Gentle's a guy with quickness, and Kurt Neal would be a guy in that category. Have you evolved into maybe looking for more pressure generators out of that spot?
Yeah, that's a position where, we definitely want guys to have a great contact balance. But a guy like T-Rod, not only does he have that size to withstand the double teams and take on single blocks and execute his job from a movement standpoint, but to have a guy that can move and be quick, that can help us to be more versatile with our calls, and not necessarily sub a guy in and out. That definitely helps our defense. And Gentle's been a guy that's given us that change of pace, and so has Jeremiah Warren as well. And so Kurt Neal should bring that same intensity, that same power, that same transitional strength, transitional power, to be a guy that has good contact balance, but also can stunt and move. He's played a lot of football, especially in this conference, and he's been productive as well. So I'm excited about him. Even meeting him in person, he's our type of guy, and it's just exciting to be able to coach a young man like him moving forward.
What stands out about James Thompson for you
Yeah,
guys?
James is impressive, man. Personality-wise, he's a leader. He seems as though he's going to be a locker room guy, a guy that helps to lead young guys, and also from a production standpoint, he's played a lot of football. He's made a lot of plays, but his length, his power on the football field, football IQ. He's played inside. He's played outside. And it just reminds me of a guy like Keith Randolph that we've used in the past, that we can use in multiple positions. And so really excited about him and Kurt both. I think they plan on living together. So just have those guys in the locker room, in the D-line room. We're excited about both of those guys.
Did you talk about Tom Wall yet?
Not yet.
What's he bring? What's he
Yeah.
like explosiveness?
Yeah, Tommy's incredible. Just the infectious personality. And we played a lot of football, multiple schools, but I'm glad we finally found him the right home. And we're excited to get him involved in the defensive line room as well. Has great length as well, about 6'3", 285 pounds, so great size. Work him into the boundary a little bit. He can have some flex for us as well on multiple down and distances, but to have those guys in the room as an added depth with guys like Alex Bray and Jeremiah Warren, it's exciting to have those guys moving forward.
What's your process in looking at portal guys? Just because I know it's not just like going down a list and watching film. That's only a small part of it for you guys. What is part of your process when you're trying to evaluate, is this guy a fit for how we do things?
Yeah, first and foremost, our head coach, he does a tremendous job. I mean, he's the best. I haven't been around anybody like him. So it goes through Coach B first, and so he's got a great eye for what he wants, the vision he wants for this team at all position groups. And in terms of the process for us up front, we definitely want guys that have transitional speed, have contact balance. And what I mean by the transitional speed, a guy that can play and move with a power base, but also can transition to speed and also stop on a dime and change direction. We get these quarterbacks that can run zone read option, and at times they're gonna try to read our interior D linemen. So to have guys that can play with bent knees and transition their speed is important for us. But also in the Big Ten, we're going to play some teams that are going to run the ball, and so we've got to not only be able to bend our knees and have contact balance, but play with extension, and so that's important as well. So we're seeing that. We're seeing a lot of that on film, and hopefully we can land the guys we really want. And we're really extremely excited. I am extremely excited about the guys we have coming in, and we look forward to working with them.
You mentioned Jeremiah a few times. He just looks kind of like a Big Ten defensive lineman now.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him this year? Getting a few more snaps, but still developing a little bit.
He is a Big Ten D lineman. He's an interior guy for us. He's a nose tackle for us. He's a guy that's like T-Raw, like in his previous years, was learning behind Calvin, learning behind Daxon. Jeremiah has done that with T-Raw, and I couldn't have had a better guy. I couldn't ask for a better guy to kind of lead him and show him the ropes than T-Raw Edwards. But we're really excited about Jeremiah, what he brings to the table. He has that ability to rush the passer, but also continuously developing from a strength standpoint to be a true nose tackle for us in both of our schemes. And he did a tremendous job for us. We put him in those big moments against those top 10 teams this year, and he didn't shy away from it. And so we're excited about his future as well.
What excited you about Isaiah White in the recruiting process?
Isaiah is very productive at the high school level, a multi-position guy for us, a guy that can play on the edge, can play at the end position, but also can play the nose position as well. Very productive, specifically rushing the passer at the high school level. And so it reminds me of Chris Jones from the Chiefs a little bit. I know he got the same jersey number, but he can do some special stuff similar to him, and really excited about him as well.
As he's developed his body, what excites you about the future for Pat Farrell? I remember watching him in high school as a stand-up pass rusher, and now he's in your room getting a heck of a lot bigger and looking like a Big Ten defensive
Have you seen Pat's dad? Like Pat's probably still growing. He's like 6'5". He's probably got 2 more inches going at him. So, but no, we love what Pat's doing. He's a guy that we don't have a lot of guys up front on the D line that's playing the special teams, but he's on multiple special teams units, and that just speaks to the value he has on his team, not just the defensive line. So, very intelligent. We look for tough, smart, dependable guys, and so. A lot of times when you can play multiple positions and be in a lot of different units, we trust you as a coaching staff, and Pat Farrell is one of those guys.
Do you still believe in the idea that this month and this bowl prep can be so beneficial for an Alex Bray, Jeremiah Warren, Pat Farrell, what's kind of going on in your room right now?
100%. And this is why the good teams stay good, right? I mean, this is a bonus spring ball. You make it to a bowl game, you get a chance to have more snaps for your young guys and guys that they're going to be the future of your program. This is very important for us, and so those guys have taken full advantage of this time, these reps, and it's only going to springboard those guys to be solidified as starters going into the next year. Alex Bray, couldn't ask for a better. He's our type of guy, and just a workhorse from a practice field standpoint, and it translates to the field. A lot of his production is effort plays, and so that just speaks to his personality as a football player.
Jody asked you about Isaiah. I want to ask you about Cam Brooks, guy you believed in early and stayed on, and finally got the sign. What's he bring to the program? What's that one mean for you to get him in there?
Yeah, very similar from a size standpoint as Isaiah. But what's exciting about Cam Brooks is same thing that with Angelo and Demetrius were able to do. He's going to be an early grad, and so that's not what we were anticipating initially. And so he just worked his tail off to get his academics done, and it's going to be exciting to get him on the field this spring. So he'll be moving in a couple of weeks, and he's going to bring some edge and some inside value to us as well. And for him to be able to come in early, that's just going to expand his role in our defense. He's going to learn the defense a lot sooner and have a lot more reps at it. But shoot, big, huge hands and long arms and 6'3", 280 pounds already. He's going to be ready to go. So I'm excited about Cam Brooks. Yeah.
To kind of add on just, the 15 extra practices, how, it's like extra spring ball can help them develop. What do you think, winning 9 games and playing good Florida ball, how does it do for public relations when it comes to recruiting? Does it help there too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. To finish the season 9-3, regular season 9-3, and more important than that, the home record, just to win in front of our home crowd. That's important for the University of Illinois, for our support system. And to be able to earn an opportunity to play in a bowl in a warm weather state like Florida and Orlando, is good for our fan base. And so, what's even better is to get 10. And so that's what we're working towards. We're planning for, we're prepping for, we're practicing for, to ultimately change history.
And Coach, being